Hi, I'm Angela Meiritz-Reid of Stamping Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand. Today I'm going to be making these cards. I made them on my Facebook Live on Friday, but unfortunately something has gone awry on Facebook and the video's disappeared. So I thought I'd make a video on these two cards. It's using the fabulous new Gone Fishing stamp set, and I've used one of the dies out of the Gone Fishing dies as well. It's a great card for dads and all those men in your life, or women if you have anyone that likes going fishing. So we'll start off, we'll make this card. It's fairly quick and easy. These fish are actually from the Let's Go Fishing DSP. So I've got all my bits and pieces here to make the card. So this is the Pebbled Path cardstock, which is fabulous neutral colour. Just burnish along the edge, and then Very Vanilla is the coordinating colour in this. So just got a square of that. I've just had to adhere a little bit together here because I was running out of all the DSP. So I'll just pop that on there, but you wouldn't know there was a join in it, would you? It's amazing what you can do. So then I've got some linen thread, and just going to pop that on there. Just leave enough of a tail to tie a bow, and then I'm just going to wrap that round just a couple of times there. Scissors, cut it off there. And I think guys can have bows on their cards, can't they? Especially the linen thread, it looks quite masculine. Nice. I'll just trim off a little bit there. So just about there, I think. That's about where I did it last time. And that is in centimetres, about 4 centimetres up, which in inches is about 2 3/4. I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back of that. Put a little half one in there. Take those all off. And if you're worried about getting it in the right place, I quite often just put a little bit of glue on the back of the dimensionals, and then when I pop it down, I don't have to be too worried about getting in the right place, because I can just jiggle it around until it is right. And then I'm going to pop these little fish on that I've cut out from the DSP. This one here has a die in the die set, so if fussy cutting isn't your thing for that particular fish, you can die cut. Otherwise you could stamp it and die cut it there too. They are reasonably easy to die cut, to fussy cut. They're not too intricate. Just pop that on there, run that through. And I just want the wee sentiment congratulations, or congrats actually, and I'm using the coordinating Pebbled Path ink pad. And that one's actually an old punch that I used, but I thought it would be better to use a die that is current. So this one is out of the Give It a Whirl. See, sorry, my desk. The Give It a Whirl die set. that on there. Get that nice, sorry, that's my chair squeaking. If you can hear that, get that nice and even. Just run that through. That works really well with lots of sentiments. It is a good die. I'm just going to sit that on there. So I need to put dimensionals on the back of my fish and my sentiment. And what I do with the sentiment is I get my dimensionals and I cut that strip there off along the edge. And then I just cut it in half. Just going to tuck that along on that side. You could do it right along, but seeing I've just got these short pieces, I'll just use those. And then take the backs off. And I'm just going to sit that. So those bits of dimensional will sit either side of the twine, just so you get a nice flat sentiment. Otherwise, if it ends up on the twine, it can end up a little bit uneven and bumpy. Just put some dimensionals on the fish. Such that the papers in this DSP are fabulous. Don't necessarily need to use them all together, but you can mix and match with other papers. So I've got two. They're going different ways from my last ones. So I'll just pop that one there and pop that one up the top there, and then this little one here going that way. So very quick and easy. And then I'm going to use these embellishments here, which are the brushed metallic. I thought they looked really nice on this, and I've misplaced my take your pick tool, so I'll just root those off. It's not in its usual place. Let's tap one up here, down here, and another one over here. And that is card wonder. So pretty quick and easy. I think it makes a nice masculine card. And on this one I've just added a little DSP on the insert. So the next one I'm going to do is this one here, and I'm using this is Misty Moonlight, and that ties in with the colour in the fish. I'll just fold that in half and burnish that along there. Then the next layer is just very vanilla, and it's about 1 centimetre smaller. So I'm just going to pop that in here. This is the Time Worn Type embossing folder. So I'll just bring in my larger machine, that through there. This makes a really great neutral sort of background, I think. This time worn type embossing folder. Then I'm going to add a little bit of this DSP with the wee fishing flies on it. Just tuck that along the edge there. And that's, oh, actually, I've done the wrong thing. I want to, realise now, I wanted to put it on this side because my fish are going the other way. Let's put that on there. just got a damp tissue here, and I'm just going to wipe that glue off with that. And if it's still sticky later, I can just rub my glue rubber over the top. It should just take that bit of glue off there. Next thing I want to do is do the splatter in the background. So I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper, and this is actually the Night of Navy marker, Stampin' Up marker. I don't have the Misty Moonlight one at the moment, so I'll just use that. It will work perfectly fine. So just a little splattering, and that's going to go on there. But before I do that, I want to add some linen thread. So I'll just do the same thing, leave enough for a tail and to tie the bow, and then I'm going to run this around here 3 times. Tie that up the top there. Can have a fiddle around with that, get it in the right place once the bow's tied. And I'll just trim these off a little bit, they're quite long. Right, that's done, and then I want to adhere that onto there, so I'll just use some more dimensionals. Get a good covering so I don't get any sagging. Right, and then pop that down there. It is still a little sticky, so I probably will have to go over it with my glue rubber. And then I've got some more little fish. So I've got 3 of those. And it doesn't really matter what order they go in, really. I'll just pop some more dimensionals on the back of those. Half seems to work quite well, fits well on them as well. This one here can go in the middle. Might bring that one out a little bit further. Take that one back a little bit. And this little one is tucked up there. And then this, lastly, want to do the sentiment. And I thought actually about this one I would do something different, because it's a wee way to Father's Day, but it's quite handy to have them ready. So I've got the Happy Father's Day stamp. It's, I love the fonts in this. I love when they mix them up too. It looks interesting. So I'm just going to trim that one up. Just get my little trimmer out. The last one I cut it up, but this one, because that sort of loops in with the Father's Day, it's a little bit harder. So just make sure get it nice and straight. trim is brilliant for taking even just the smallest skerrick off. So hopefully that looks pretty good, nice and straight. So you might just move that back a little bit. Hopefully it's... So another way of getting those off is just getting your scissors and just going in and cutting those in half. So, and then what I'll do is just move it back slightly. Probably should have. And just put a bit of glue back on there. And because it's already got the other bit there, I might just put a tiny bit on the tail. And then just bring that back. So I want that to go probably about there. So I'll just leave that to dry. And then I'll put some dimensionals on here. Tuck that down there, about there, I think. And then I've got some more of those embellishments in the other colourway, because I think that ties really well. And you take your pick tool and put one down there and one up here and another one sort of in here. And that is my second card. So both of those are reasonably easy to create, especially when you're just cutting up images from the DSP. But otherwise, you know, you could use some of the other images in here. These boys and weights would look cool in these as well. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. See you again soon. Bye.